So it's Arisaka Type 99 here, and this is not a gun video, so completely clock out or whatever. You can go now if you're not interested in it. It's just I made this channel for guns and biblical discussions or just anything to do with my religion. So it's Christianity. So if you don't want to hear about it, don't blame you. Have a great day. Hopefully X, Y, and Z helps out. Where did I write it? Okay, so yes. So there was a very cool game called Future Card Buddyfight that was pretty much all my childhood. I think from age 13 or 14 till like the year 2020. So what would that be, like 21 or something for me? It's very late right now, so sorry about it. But basically, it was a very big part of my childhood, and like I just I've been having dreams of this card game for like I can remember 3 prominent times in my past recently of this game, and I keep praying to God every time I have this dream beforehand, let me hear your message. So I don't know why he wants me to talk about this old card game. I don't know if this is going to reach anybody at all, but let's get to it. So I spent a lot of money on this game, and more than I am willing to admit, but because of inflation, maybe it won't seem like a big amount, so I'll just go and talk about it. I probably spent like 4,500 in total for this game over the 6-year run that it had. So it's not a lot of money, but you know, I was a high school kid when I was buying a lot of the product. So you know, I'd be working part-time just for a card game. My money went there. Now I realized I wish a lot of my money went into firearms, especially if I could have got a Mosin back in the day for 50, 60, 80 bucks you fuds are talking about. But you know, yeah, I really should have put my money elsewhere. But when it comes to the game, I spent a lot of money on the foils. So a lot of people played Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot of people played Pokemon, or at least bought the cards. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just imagine the card being very shiny. We call it holographic, or holos for short. So I spent a lot of money on building decks as well. When it comes to certain archetypes, I would bling the deck out, which includes promos. So promos, for example, is promotional material, I guess you would say, is what it's technically short for, but it's basically it's like a one-time card print run, and they would have very small amounts. Like, you gotta imagine some cards in a card game, like let's just say Swamps and Magic of the Gathering, probably trillions by now, which is how cheap lands are. People are begging you to take them home because they don't even want them in stores. Basically, like, literally probably trillions of lands, but when you have a small amount, like let's just say you're going to do a 100 million run, well, sure, in the short term there's a lot, and the card of the promo is probably like $1, but if this game was still going on, especially if the promo was playable, it would be worth a lot more. So I spent a lot of money on blings, including promos. I had this one deck, was the minimum was 52 cards, which includes a buddy and a land card. Or maybe it excludes that. Maybe you needed 54 cards. But anyways, if it was out of 52 cards, I had 43 holographic / promo cards in that one deck. So basically I spent a lot of money to bling out a deck. So it's kind of an evil card game in a way. There's a lot of like, I guess you can say like hidden messages here and there in cards, and like one of the most popular cards I can remember was like a Grimoire card. So it had like a tablet, and it had like demon skulls everywhere. And this was a card game for kids too, so it's just like kind of weird. It was like, whoa. So, in a way, I guess you could also say this game brought a lot of greed out of me because I wanted only the high valuable cards, or I wanted cards that were shiny and good looking. But anyways, I had a lot of dreams. Earlier I talked about dreams. They were spin-offs. So I don't know if God was trying to say like, this is what the game could have been like, or, if you believe in a lot of theories, you could say like, the multi-earth theory, which I don't believe, but you could put it in that way. Like there's many things out there, many dimensions out there or whatever, and your dimension finished, but in the other dimension there's more. But I personally don't believe in that. I don't know what God was trying to like tell me precisely through those dreams, but I've been thinking and dreaming about it again, so might as well talk about it. So I still have cards, and I will keep them for a while. Maybe God was trying to say get rid of Buddyfight, and maybe I'll eventually learn that he means get rid of all your Buddyfight cards. And if that happens, man, I would hate to do it, but I would burn all the cards. Only because, like, I put so much emotion into that card game that it's not even funny. It's like, I put a lot of emotional value and whatnot into those cards that, like, those cards could be cursed or something like that. If I were to die abruptly, maybe my soul would go into one of the cards and it would be a cursed card forever. Basically, I put a lot of emotional value and feelings and whatnot into the game. So I don't think I'm going to burn them or get rid of them sometime soon. I want to keep them for a while, is basically what I'm saying. And my last note is, praise God, man. I don't know why he wanted me to talk about Buddyfight. Really don't know. I really don't know. Talking about Buddyfight, I talked a little bit about my experience with it. Maybe I'll move on to the next card game. As you guys know, guns, firearms, and bullets and your gear are very expensive. It's a very expensive hobby. So I got a card game I'm thinking about playing. But first I got to get out of debt. And then I got to get a couple stuff for my firearms. And then in between that, I guess I could start buying a couple of the cards and doing reviews on like a card game channel. But, firearms are expensive, man. Everyone who watches this video or listens to the audio or whatever, or if you somehow came by just trying to talk about and listen to people talk about Jesus Christ and God, well, firearms are expensive, and I've been spending a lot of money on those. Well, mostly the ammo, because presidents and coronavirus didn't do too well for that hobby.